Okay, I'm tired of just making drama videos and I just remembered that YFM existed, so... Your Favorite Martian was a project mainly created by Ray William Johnson and Jesse Cale, with some help from Maker Studios, which eventually became their downfall. Fictional members are Puff Puff, DJ, Benatar, My Goat, and Axel. They were one of the biggest music channels on YouTube at one point, releasing songs that gained millions of views throughout the early 2010s, up until their last release on the 26th of September 2012, Boom Headshot, which was a mashup of all of their songs, with the chorus being a cover of a meme song from 2007. Anyways, I digress. The Your Favorite Martian channel was meant to be inactive until they released a big project, which was meant to be a Your Favorite Martian album, but unfortunately, ran the multi-channel network that he joined, Maker Studios, having a pretty big dispute at the time. You see, Maker Studios wanted not only 30% of the AdSense for Ray's channels, but also 50% of ownership of YFM, which Ray obviously declined. That then led Maker Studios to stop funding YFM, which then led to the cancellation of the album and Your Favorite Martian as a whole. Maker Studios held the rights to Your Favorite Martian, so even after Ray split up with Maker Studios, still couldn't make music for YFM. But then, 9 years later, out of absolutely nowhere, the Your Favorite Martian channel, now called This Project is Retired, uploaded a new video. Now, it's said that Maker Studios lost the rights to YFM and Ray now had complete control over it. Now, to be fair, it was just a re-upload of a music video which was deleted from the channel, but this was still pretty huge for fans of the band. And in late 2021, the band started re-uploading all of their deleted music videos. 5 months afterwards, in May 2022, it was announced that YFM would be returning in a short form video that Ray uploaded. And on May 31st, Orphan Tears Part 2 was uploaded, marking the return of YFM. But history lesson aside, what are their songs like and what is my opinion on them? In this video, I'm going to give out my opinion on the Studio Lady-bug era songs, also known as My Balls, Fruit Puppet Breakup. Let's begin.
You must have had Ballsimers.
My Balls is absolutely iconic. I never thought I'd ever say that in my entire life. This was the first YFM song to have the Jam 1 style, also known as the Studio Lady-bug art style, which, even though it isn't the greatest style of animation, it has so much charm. I can't lie though, the chorus is a tad annoying. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed the song, but the chorus is definitely my least favorite part of it. The Cartman line is peak lyricism though. Ray is a pretty good singer in my opinion, and this song is no different. Overall, My Balls is absolutely good and a great first song in my opinion. On to the next one. Zombie Love Song is amazing, it's one of the best of the whole channel. The instrumental complements the vocals really well, and the music video is weirdly wholesome. Ray's singing is also probably at its peak here, which is concerning considering that this is the second song, but I digress. The outro is really good too. I don't really have much to say about this song, I just really like it, and most of the YFM community does too. On to the next one.
Of course, challenge accepted.
Bottles of Beer is probably my least favorite song so far, but I'm not say it's bad. I don't drink obviously considering that I'm 15, but I still managed to get most of the beer puns. But like half of the beer mentioned isn't in the UK. Yeah, I'm British, yuck. Music video for this is also really interesting. Half of it is the usual Studio Lady-bug art style, while the other half is the stickman art style, which I enjoy, but I prefer the other one more. Also, just like My Balls, I find the chorus pretty annoying, though not as much. The rest of the song makes up for it though, as it's genuinely really good lyrically at times. On to the next one. I really enjoy Clip Film. It's probably the most funny lyrically, which in my opinion, humor is what YFM is all about. The Chris Brown line is fucking peak. Probably the funniest lyric in all of YFM. The music video is probably the best so far too. It's not amazing or anything, but it's pretty ambitious, drawing like 20 villains for one music video. Also, the idea of the song is just really cool in general. Also, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the first song that Puff Puff has a different expression with a Studio Lady-bug design, which is kinda cool, I guess. I don't know, I don't really have much more to say. On to the next one. As a British person, I'm offended that they didn't draw us wearing a Nike tracksuit, but apart from that, the Stereotype song is one of the most iconic Your Favorite Martian songs for a reason. Not only is it catchy, but really funny as well. This is how you do offensive jokes. Basically, no one in the comment section of this video is offended because it's targeting everyone and not just a specific race or country. And I think that's why, at least in my opinion, this is one of the most beloved YFM songs, and not like most videos targeting stereotypes which are just flat out racist. Okay, my tangent about offensive videos aside, I love this song. On to the next one.
You're always home alone. You ain't Macaulay Culkin.
I barely know anything about The Simpsons, but the unofficial Smithers Love song is pretty fun. I don't really have that much to say about it because of that though. I mean, I like the bridge of the song, I guess. Also, the ending where they both almost die is fucking crazy, but I find the song itself pretty wholesome. It's just not really funny, which is what YFM is all about in my opinion. Besides the Santa's Little Helper line, which catches me off guard every single time I hear it. On to the next one, I guess.
Hello with the pudding.
Jesus Christ, 50 million views. Anyways, Wolf and Tears is a classic for a reason. It's easily one of the funniest Your Favorite Martian songs. There are way too many lyrics from this song that are genuinely funny. Also, Orphan Tears Wolfing predicting Bill Cosby doing not very nice things is crazy. Also, this is the first song featuring Wax and basically any other artist in general. Wax basically becomes a member of the band in the revival, but in the original era, he only featured in 2 songs, which is surprising. I really enjoy his part here, just as much as Puff Puff and DJ's part. DJ actually sings in this song, it's not just a couple of words like the previous songs, but his very own section. Overall, I really like Orphan Tears. Another sentence I didn't expect to say. On to the next one. Look, I'm sorry, but I think Mr. Douchebag is kinda mid. Like, yeah, it's iconic, but apart from that, I just don't think it's very funny. The only part that I found kinda funny was the George Clooney sister-in-law lyric. The vocals are really annoying at times, and the beat feels really, I don't know, clunky. It doesn't really sound very good in my opinion. Even the music video is kinda off compared to the rest of the songs. In my opinion, this is the worst song they've made so far. But the song after this one makes this look like fucking Mozart. Remember how the stereotype song was making fun of everyone while being genuinely funny? Yeah, transphobic techno is the exact opposite. It's targeting one group of people, which I just so happen to be a part of, and just isn't funny. I will say, both don't really take themselves too seriously, but that's just the one thing they have in common, besides just being made by YFM. I don't really see the point of this song. It's not even really that offensive, that's the goal. I'm trans and I just find this song kinda boring. Although DJ, by the way, this is the only YFM song where he is the only vocals. Running with the fence post was actually really funny. But yeah, apart from that, there's not really that much going on. It's unfunny, it's absolutely ear-grating to listen to at times, at least in my opinion, and it's overall just pretty lame. On to the next one. I find it funny how nowadays like 80% of Facebook users are over the age of 40 when that was not the case when the song released. Anyways, Grandma Got a Facebook doesn't really sound the greatest, but the comedic factor makes up for it a little bit. In my opinion, this is probably the worst sounding YFM song musically so far, and it probably has the worst music video. I saw so many reused assets in it, specifically from Club Villain and the Stereotype song. The chorus also sucks, I'm sorry, technically this is the first time that Benatar sung the chorus on his own, but the thing is that Jesse Cale doesn't voice him, at least until Fate to Win. The chorus also has this really annoying voice effect. This song's lyrics are amazing though, I won't lie. I wanna put my hands in your grandma's candy dish is a goated lyric, and the Puff Puff verses are also really funny. I like this song's lyrics a lot, but that's the only saving grace. The song itself is kinda bad in my opinion. On to the next one.
Stain on my shirt, mom's spaghetti.
These last few songs have been pretty mid, so this song was a nice surprise. Tiggle Bitsies is about, well, take a guess. I like the music video a lot, it's really unique compared to most of Studio Ladybug's music videos. DJ's high school cut is a fucking atrocity, by the way. Of course, the plot twist of the boobs being fake is devastating, but the song itself is really catchy. The chorus has been stuck in my head for the last 6 years, please help me, and Benatar sings it once again, and once again as well. It's neither Jesse Cale, and also has a voice filter, but the difference is that it's actually catchy and not nearly as annoying as Grandma's Got a Facebook. Anyways, yeah, this song is funny, catchy, and just a good time overall. On to the next one. Fight to Win is pretty cool. I don't know why, out of all video game characters featured in a fighting game, one of them is Captain Falcon. Like, I get that he's in Smash Bros. And most people only know him from that, but still seems like a pretty odd choice. Also, Benatar is finally voiced by Jesse Kane, who did a really good job on the chorus. The song also had a feature, being D-Storm. I like his verse in the song even though it's personally not my type of music. I like the joke about not being able to pronounce someone's name was also pretty funny. Also, the part where Poke and D-Storm beat the absolute living shit out of each other because one of them ate the last chip, cracker, piece of cardboard, I don't exactly know. But anyways, this song is just fun, especially if you enjoy gaming. On to the next one.
I got the new World of Warcraft weapon pack, dog.
Oh, I love World of Warcraft.
Yeah, man.
Stalking Your Mom was actually a Wax song originally. I listened to it, and especially just the YFM song, except the entire song is sung by Wax, and the World of Warcraft weapon pack section is cut. As far as I can tell, the instrumental is exactly the same. Oh yeah, Wax is in this song again, which is surprisingly the last time he was featured in Gen 1. I swear he was in way more songs before the revival, but I guess not. Anyways, this song is pretty funny, but that's probably just because most of the lyrics are really out of pocket. The life-size doll and golden retriever shit is genuinely crazy, but it also is really funny. I guess that was the goal. This song is also really similar to another song by Ray, Doing Your Mom, which I may as well talk about in a separate video as well as the Upside Down. Let me know if you want to see that. Anyway, Stalking Your Mom is either really funny or really shocking depending on your type of humor, and I personally lean more towards the first one. On to the next one. It's a lot of ones.
I was broke, but my focal point was.
This song and Club Villain is really similar. Both of them end with Puff Puff getting laid at the end. Both of the music videos are really ambitious because they both had to draw like 20 characters. The chorus of the song once again has a voice filter over it, but just like Tiggle Bitties, I don't really mind. The song is pretty fun and ambitious, but nothing much more than that. On to the next one.
You heard me. Groupies wanna blow. Heard me.
8-Bit World feels like it was written by someone who hasn't played video games since the 90s. With that being said, I love the song so much. I got literally every reference here, which does make sense considering I spend like 30% of my day playing video games. There's also someone featuring called Hoodie Allen. Personally, he's probably my least favorite feature thus far, but I still enjoy him in the song. With that being said though, I feel like most of the references don't really make sense here. For example, the Metal Gear lyric has literally nothing to do with, well, Metal Gear. It just feels like it was forced into the song. The song is similar to a previous song, that being Bobby the Beer. I didn't get most of the beer references on my first time listening to it, whereas in this song, I feel like even if you didn't know the references, just none of this would make sense. But my nitpicks aside, I really like the song. It just feels a bit try-hardy at times. On to the next one.
No, I don't give a fuck if you moved to Nantucket.
Puppet Breakup is pretty interesting. It's one of only 2 YFM songs that wasn't animated regularly, instead being in a puppet style. Very surprising considering the song name I know. I like the music video a lot, it's very clear, there's a lot of effort put into the puppets. I'd probably enjoy the music video more if there wasn't this weird brightness filter on it. It's really annoying, but apart from that, the actual song is one of the worst in my opinion. The instrumental is pretty basic and just not fun to listen to, and the lyrics feel too harsh in my opinion. Like, I get that this is a comedy band, but the song is just too mean-spirited for it to be funny in my opinion. Basically, it has a great music video, but it's a not-so-great song. This is the end of part 1 of my YFM retrospective. I want to make part 2 dedicated to phase 2, and then make part 3 dedicated to the revival. Thanks for listening all the way through, I really appreciate it. Goodbye, and see you in part 2 if I ever make it.